8 years ago, I discovered photography and started to teach myself how to use the camera. If you've ever been into photography, you will know you always keep an eye open for things to take pictures of. You want to practice what you're learning. It's how you get good at it. Photography is like sports. It gives you yet another reason to be out in nature. And because nature is so beautiful, you naturally take pictures of it. When the fall season bathes the world with color, things get interesting for photographers. When the winter ends and the ice starts to melt, it's hard not to break out the camera. When the flowers of summer are in full bloom or a storm is passing by, you just have to get out there and do your magic. We don't often think you can find a lot of nature in a city. Most people build their houses outside the city and commute back and forth so they can live near it. But in Winnipeg, and especially the Riverview area where I live, it has some very unique features. The Red River meanders through the neighborhoods. There are miles of parks, bike paths, gardens, and nature left as wilderness along its banks. Even though I live in the center of the city, I am very close to nature. As a result, when nature becomes interesting, I can quickly walk to its banks and start taking my photos without great effort. The Winnipeg River project started out with me taking a few beautiful pictures when inspired by my surroundings, and it soon quickly grew into hundreds of photos. I got the idea to treat what I was doing as a project. Instead of just taking a few pictures here and there, I started to document the seasons of the river. I started to go out almost every day or evening and document how nature was changing over the course of a year. The Red River is a very, very long river. It is 885 miles long. It originates in the United States and empties into Lake Winnipeg, Manitoba. What I call the Winnipeg River Project only highlights 15 kilometers of its banks. All the photos that I'm going to show you were taken in the city of Winnipeg, from the Bridge Drive-In all the way down to the Forks in downtown Winnipeg. There are way too many photos to show them all to you, so I've also created another movie called the Winnipeg River Project 365. It takes 365 photos of the Red River, one for every day of the year, and displays them in seasonal order. It shows you how the Red River changes throughout the course of the year. You can find links to that movie on my website, rosspenner.photos. But for now, as I'm into photography, I want to show you some of my best work. I want to highlight the fact there's a lot of beautiful nature in our city. So, without further introduction, here is some of my best work. You do not spend a lot of time working on something without some inner reflection. Working on the Winnipeg River project over the year has taught me many things. First off, I have learned there is no way to capture all of its beauty, even in one small portion of the river in a year. You cannot even do it in a lifetime. There's so much change, so much variety in weather, light, vegetation, growth, and decay that you just cannot capture it all. It's just impossible. The second thing I've learned is that we do not see nature left as nature as valuable. We think it needs to be knocked down and developed before it has any worth. What I have learned by working on the Winnipeg River project is there is a hidden value in nature that we do not see, but very much exists. I did not plan this, but it naturally happened to me. When I got up early to go take my pictures before work, I felt good. I felt alive. There's something about nature that does that to you. As a result, when I go to work, I'm happier. I look forward to my day. I come to work keen and ready. It's very rare that I call in sick. The hidden dollar value is that when we live close to nature, we need less doctors, medication, and use less sick time. Nature has this healing property that is not seen. Even though we live in a city, we are tied to the land. We desperately need nature to live full and complete lives. Not only that, but there's a real dollar value in leaving nature as nature. I spent real dollars on buying a camera and equipment so that I could take the photos for this project. Those who mountain bike, jog, fish, or canoe, they all buy gear to do their sport. There's a lot of money being spent to enjoy nature. Nature infuses a lot of money into our economy. Lastly, I do not consider myself an environmentalist, but it does not take a rocket scientist to figure out that we need to protect nature. If we desperately need nature, we aggressively need to protect it. I would like to say a big thank you to all those whose calling in life is to protect our environment. Thank you, and keep up the good work. If I have learned anything from this project is that we need to help them and support them more than we ever have before. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the Winnipeg River Project.